Hello, everybody. It's been a while. Planning a trip, 3 weeks' time. Purchasing the necessary equipment has not been an easy task, considering I had no knowledge base of what was required. I've never been camping. I've never purchased a tent. I've never purchased a hammock or a tarp. I didn't even know what a tarp was 3 weeks ago. I'll be making some videos about acquired gear to get me to magnetic north. But not right now. Right now I want to talk about consciousness. How consciousness works. This is very important, and I don't want to not speak about this. We have what is known as a chakra system. The modern version of the most accepted chakra system is the 7 chakra system, which is represented by the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, pineal gland chakra, and the crown chakra. I want you to consider for a minute that these are the commonly accepted chakras we have within our bodies. But I also want you to consider that there potentially could be more. In fact, I am certain that there is more. If you really think about it, it makes absolutely no sense for the chakra system to start at the root of your tailbone and ignore the base of your feet. It's like, how the fuck are your feet operating if there's no chakra system within them? How about your arms? At the same time, I want you to think about Jesus on the cross. Now remember, everything is symbolism, meanings behind meanings. So when you nail Jesus to the cross and you stick a nail through one wrist, then the other wrist, and then one through the feet. Isn't that symbolism for the death of those chakras? Isn't that symbolism for our disconnection from a certain part of ourselves? So what if the disconnection only occurs because the knowledge is not spread? What if those points, those chakras, which are still you, are still there, except you are totally blind to their existence? For example, it is always talked about our connection to, say, the sun and the sky, or heaven. And then it is always talked about how hell is beneath the earth. But in reality, the earth is our mother. So why would she be hell? To keep us in a state of mental disconnection. That's why. So in a sense, by ignoring the chakra that goes through our feet, through, I suppose, the area above the ankles, or maybe the ankles themselves, we're never connected to Earth, to Mother Gaia. So once you become aware of their existence, does that mean you're starting to become connected to Mother Gaia? Interesting thoughts, for sure. But here's what I've come to conclude, for sure. Each of the known chakras has a function. For example, the root chakra is responsible for connection to survival, or rather existence in this physical plane, this third dimension. They are the most basic of instincts that mean preservation of life. And above that, now keep in mind, these attributes are a consciousness in themselves. They are all the qualities that make up the root chakra. They are a consciousness in itself. Then you have the sacral chakra, where a different set of emotions are instituted, a different system of beliefs. It's all about sex, right? Let's just admit it. Horny sex. And we can clearly see when this is active in the men and women that sleep around with way too many others. And in fact, our whole culture, in many aspects, is presented as such, operating in that consciousness. So you have the survival consciousness, you have the sex consciousness. Naturally, the next one is the solar plexus chakra, which is all the emotions attributed with the stomach, food, self-gratification in a sense. So that's the third consciousness, food. And what is the fourth? The fourth is the heart. What is special about the heart? It is the balance. Everything that comes from below has to go through the heart, and everything that comes from above has to go through the heart. The heart is the balance between the lower chakras and the higher chakras. And if you haven't realized by now, a chakra is also a specific dimension. Okay? So in essence, we are speaking about 7 known dimensions operating as one. Okay? So, because the heart is the balance, that is why everything that is matriarchal is attributed to the heart, such as love. Above the heart, you have the throat chakra, the ability to verbalize what it is that you're thinking of, your intended message in a specific art form, whether it is comedian, speaker such as myself right now, or simply any artistic art that uses the vocal cords. Because keep in mind, we human beings are both third dimensional and fourth dimensional, physical and etheric. So everything that happens in one aspect is happening in the other aspect as well. So for example, when you're feeding your stomach in the physical world, you're also feeding the emotions in the etheric world. They are one and the same extensions of each other's. Physical and ether operating at the same time. Now then, above the throat chakra, or dimension, or consciousness, you have the pineal gland chakra. This is the chakra that has a direct connection with the etheric world. It is the place where your primary consciousness retreats when you sleep. So in essence, you are fully immersed in a different dimension known as dream or dreams. A life as real as the life you have in this physical body. Except we don't understand our dreams. They're all scrambled. What solutions could we possibly have to unscrambling them. When I smoke weed, I have lucid dreams. I visualize and feel different possibilities like they're happening for real. I am lucidly dreaming. Above the pineal chakra, which is our connection to our higher selves in the etheric world, we have the crown chakra, which is the connection to supposedly everything else, everything that makes up the universe. As I've learned from survival gear terms, it is the outer layer. This layer is susceptible to outside influence. Whatever messages are behind me, coming from the sun, you can clearly see the sun's rays. Whatever encoded messages are in there, technically could affect me if my consciousness, my primary consciousness, was the crown chakra. So, to tie it all up together, we have 7 known chakras, or consciousnesses, or dimensions, or perceptions of reality, working together to make a composite consciousness, which is the consciousness that is in control. And how do you determine which consciousness is in control? By free will. Free will. If you want to operate at the heart chakra like I do, which is the balance between the lower dimensions and the higher dimensions, the different chakras or perceptions of reality, you have to embody the attributes associated with the heart chakra, consciousness, perception of reality, dimension.